So, for those of you who follow me on TikTok, there's a first part to this, but I really wanted to hone in on something, right? Just a quick recap. Nintendo Direct happens. The price of the Switch 2 is announced. It's going to be $450. And the pricing of their games is also announced. $80 for digital, $90 for physical edition. As I sit here thinking more and more about just gaming in general, there are a lot of dog shit studios that are going to look at this $80 price tag because we already knew that a lot of these studios were waiting for Rocksteady to drop GTA 6 so that they can go, okay, GTA 6 is $100. We could start charging around $80 to $100 for our games as well. Y'all are in for a rude fucking awakening. And what I mean by that is the era of pre-ordering games, like I said in my TikTok, is fucking over. We are walking into a situation where some suit in a corporate office somewhere has dollar sign in his eyes thinking, hell yeah, gamers are definitely going to be dropping $80 to $100 on our games. Not all of you studios are the same. Nintendo gets to get away with this on some level because most of the things that are going to attract people to the Switch are the Nintendo first party games. The Nintendo first party games are definitely going to be the games that draw people in to purchase a Switch 2. They're there for that. They're Nintendo diehards that picked up every single console, even the fucking Wii U, and they are always going to support their publisher. There are a ton of games. There are a ton of games that I'm telling you right now, there's a ton of studios that I'm telling you right now, you are looking at this $80 price tag with money signs in your eyes, not realizing how fucked you are. Because not only are you going to have people that are more apprehensive to just instantaneously drop that money to pick up a fucking game, your shit has to be air fucking tight. You are asking the common person who has been dealing with an increase in costs for everything in their lives over the last few years to shell out 80 to 90 to 100 on base versions of a game before we even get into $150 territory for a collector's edition, $200 territory for a legendary edition, crazy things along those lines. You are asking those people to trust you and come in and purchase your fucking game. That is not going to fucking happen because for every game that is GTA 6, there's a fucking Starfield. That is absolutely disappointing in every way, shape, and form. Where you go into this with the trust in that publisher only to be absolutely let down. There are going to be people that are going to wait. They're going to wait for their favorite reviewer or their favorite streamer to play the game to see whether or not they want to spend money to pick this game up. There is going to be a lot more gatekeeping in regards to sales where these $100 drop games, $90 drop games, $80 drop games, I'm betting you right now, if they were to go on the Steam sale in any way, shape, or form, they'd only be dropped down to like $75 or $65 or hell, $50 at the fucking minimum. Where before the Steam summer sales and the spring sales and the Christmas sales were kind of like, oh, a little bargain of like a $15 game that was originally $60 at the beginning of the year, or picking up a game for $5 that was $40 at the beginning of the year. No, that era is over with. Now the sale slashing is basically dropping the price of the current game at 90 and 80 down to basically what a full price game is today. If a company like Bethesda thinks that if they were to drop Starfield after this price hike for $90, Starfield would have been an absolute commercial failure. Upon the critical failure that it actually is as a game, innovating in no way, shape, or form, or pushing the studio forward in any way, shapes, or form, there will be so many more people less likely to spend money on your game. Like, for instance, we're running into a situation with, let's say, Monster Hunter Wilds. I'm playing the hell out of that game. Well, what would the sale number for Wilds be if the price tag was $90 and then people interested in picking up the game are looking at these optimization issues? Optimization issues are going to kill a lot of fucking people, especially, like, for instance, Assassin's Creed Shadows that had that whole stupid fucking narrative issue that people had with Yasuke and Japanese culture, as though I didn't have to fight the fucking Pope when he turned into Palpatine at the end of Assassin's Creed Brotherhood 2. How many more people would have been less likely to try out that game and play that game because that game costs 90 fucking dollars? $90 is about to be the guard at the fucking gate that is going to kill a lot of studios. For you Call of Duty players out there, you know exactly what this feeling is like. You get one great release Call of Duty game, like, let's say, the remake for Modern Warfare. Then you get another great release Call of Duty game, Modern Warfare 2's remake. Then you get an absolute dog shit Call of Duty remake, Modern Warfare 3. How many more people, especially with how they're pushing Warzone, how many more people will be less likely after watching, let's say, Tim the Tatman or Dr. Lupo or something that they enjoy? How many more people will be less likely to watch their favorite streamer or reviewer absolutely tear the game to shreds for being bad and being unfun and go, you know what? I think I'll sit out dropping $90 on this game. I think I'll sit out dropping $80 on this game, because now you live or die by that sword. If your game, if success for your game, let's say Dragon Age Inquisition, not exactly a commercial success, but it hit in the lower figures for what EA basically needed it essentially to hit, especially with all the drama surrounding BioWare and their restructuring, all other type of shit. But let's say you drop Dragon Age today. Instead of the $60 that it dropped at, you're asking for 90. You're asking for 90 up front. Way less people. I think that topped out at like 65,000. $90? $90, you can slash that in half. $90, I would say not even slash that in half. You can slash that down to a third. So many more people are going to be more apprehensive to play that game. I really feel as though this is going to end up flipping the market on its head. Where, if you remember when Genshin Impact came out, all of a sudden there were a ton of Genshin games until people got sick of the Genshin Impact games. And then we started kind of picking and choosing which ones we actually wanted to play, like Honkai Star or other things along those lines. We're going to see the rise of a lot more Genshin-like games that come out free to play and then are relying on not only cash shops, but also cosmetic shops and bundles and items and things along those lines to basically feed the studio, kind of like how Once Human does on PC and on mobile. It's going to be absolutely fucking chaos, because I'm telling you right now, a lot of you studios out there that are looking at this as like a major boon, it's the coolest and best thing fucking ever. We're going to be able to price our games at $90 now. You are in for a rude fucking awakening. Absolutely diabolical awakening when you start looking around and going, holy shit, one streamer or one bad review or one bad press event or one or a push of horrible optimization or us dropping what our content pipeline is going to be like, or what our content pricing is going to be, $90 for the base game plus $50 for the seasonal pass plus $30 more for special DLC shit. You're going to see so many less people willing to give you that money, and people who will be willing to sit around and wait for it to either drop on PlayStation Plus or to drop on Game Pass or to show up free somewhere. I really have a feeling that we're edging into a situation where we go back in time by like 20 fucking years and pirating skyrockets, just absolutely fucking spikes by like 700%. But I just wanted to talk a little bit more about that because, like I said, this is basically part two to the short rambling thoughts that I had on TikTok. Let me know what you guys think.